Welcome back to another episode of the Angler's Logbook. Today we're so excited because we have launched our website. We've been teasing this for months now, both on our YouTube channel and on our social media channels, and we're really excited because the anglerslogbook.com is officially live. Today we're going to be showing you some of our products, including these knives, our apparel, but you'll have to wait till later in the episode because first we're going to show you some footage of us out on the boat. If you want to skip ahead to see our knives and our apparel, then feel free to do so, but first we're going to roll on this footage of our fishing on Lake WANAKA. So as you would have seen, unfortunately we didn't get any fish, but man, it was a beautiful day out there. But we're back here now at home, and so we're going to run you through some of our products that we've launched on the anglerslogbook.com. You would have noticed that on our YouTube channel we have been a little bit quiet the last few weeks, and that's because we've been putting so much time and effort into our products and our website and getting that going and getting off the ground. But now that that's up and live, then we are going to be putting all our time and attention once again into our YouTube videos. We've ordered a bunch of new editing software, new computers, and yeah, just a lot of things to make it quicker, easier, and ultimately the videos will be better in the coming weeks, months, and years ahead. But what you're really here for, we'll run you through these products. So if you go and check out the anglerslogbook.com, you'll see that we've launched both apparel and knives, and we do plan to bring more products to the website in 2022. But initially we've brought out these three knives here. So we've got the cook's knife, the hunter's knife, and the angler's knife. So they're three variants, all made by JM Knives, in our collaboration between both JM Knives and the Angler's Logbook. So we'll run you through each of these models, point out some of the key features, what we intend them to be used for, and really what we've thought about as we've gone through designing and making these products. So first up, we're going to run you through the hunter's knife. One of the first things you'll notice about this one is that it has a leather sheath, so different to the other two knives that we have in our range that are both timber sheaths. But the reason this has a leather sheath is because we really intended this to be used out and about, out in the wild, out in the field, going for deer, pigs, other wild game, whatever you wanted to use it for. But this is a really good all-round general use hunting knife. So the leather sheath keeps it protected while you're out hunting, so you don't end up having any unfortunate accidents. But we've made it easy to clean. You'll see it's got an open end on it, and it's all hand stitched, handmade by John at JM Knives. So yeah, really good quality sheath for it. But what you'll be most excited about obviously is the knife here. So this is a forged old Fiat vintage leaf spring. So that's where you get this black coloration from. It's been forged and then the edge has been ground down to shape the knife. You'll see etched in it is JM Knives and the Angler's Logbook logos, and then we've designed this one so it has a really long leading edge across here, and then it's got a slight downturn on the tip. So this makes it really good for gutting deer, or if you're field dressing, skinning, anything like that where you really want that long leading edge to make life a lot easier for yourself. Yeah, this is an ideal knife for that. We've made it really robust. This is a really strong, sharp knife, and I'm sure anyone that has made a knife will say it's sharp, it's good. But honestly, if you take this out in the field, I'm sure you'll be very pleased with how this cuts. These knives are really sharp. I've been using Jono's knives for about 5 or 6 years now, and they are awesome. I carry his knives every time I go out hunting, and this has become my new go-to. Just a couple of other features to run you through. So we have designed this so that it sits really well in your hand. It's really well balanced. But while you're gutting skinning, obviously you can't always see a knife if you're down in an animal's carcass trying to get this all gutted and ready to carry out. then you really need a secure handhold. And so we've designed this so that you can have your finger right up against the blade here without any chance of slipping and accidentally cutting your finger. And then at the back here, the heel of the knife, you also have a good spot to get a good grip there. So sort of forward and back, you're not going to slip anywhere. The handle is made from apricot timber, and that's the same on all of our knives. A nice, really nice looking handle, this one. We're really pleased with how the colour turned out. We tried a bunch of different timbers when we we're going through the concept design phase, and this is the one we settled on, and it's got a really good shaped handle. So it's really comfortable in the hand, really nicely balanced, and it's quite light as well. So we haven't gone too dramatic with the length of the knife, just to try and make that easy and light to carry around in your pack. So that's the Hunter's knife, and yeah, we're really pleased with how that one turned out. So moving on, we'll show you the Angler's knife next. So this one's a little bit of an innovative product. This is really designed to be your real go-to fishing knife. So a bit of a combination of something you might have on hand in the boat, or if you want to do some filleting, this is a really good all-rounder. You'll see these beautiful timber sheaths. This is slightly different to the cook's knife sheath. This one is rounded, has this open tip again to make the sheath easy to clean out after use, and it's got a magnet inside it, so it works really well. It's just a really beautiful product. You can see it doesn't shake loose, but keeps it well protected. So this is the knife. As you can see, it's a little bit different to what other filleting knives that you might have used look like. So this has been inspired by a Japanese filleting knife where they actually use rigid knives, so it doesn't have very much flex in it at all. It is quite a rigid knife, and that is by design. So we really intended this to be nice and strong when I'm gutting fish. Personally, I really like something that feels stable in my hand as I'm working up the fish's belly. I don't want this knife moving around everywhere, and I just find it easier when I'm filleting if this has a bit of rigidity. It's still nice and thin as you look along it. It's wonderfully straight and just nice and thin towards the tip, so it's still really good for filleting, but it also is just nice and steady if you're gutting fish. Again, it's got a long leading edge here, even more so than our Hunter's knife. And that is to make, when you're filleting, slicing the flesh, you've got a really long part of the blade there doing the dirty work for you. And it just makes it a lot easier to fillet in our opinion. Again, it's made from the same forged steel. It's been specifically shaped to this shape that we use for all our Angler's knives. We've found this to be really good as we've tested it. Apricot handle again, and again a nice solid grip there. It's actually quite light through the blade here as well. You might look at it and think that it's a little bit front heavy, but it is probably slightly weighted towards this area of the knife, but because it's so thin, it still feels really well balanced, and you definitely have full control over the tip of the blade. So again, really happy with how that one turned out, and I bet it's the kind of knife that once you try it out, this is going to become your go-to fishing knife, because it sure has become ours. And so moving on to our third and final knife. If you're not into fishing, you're not into hunting, well, I don't know why you'd be watching this channel, but this knife could be the one for you, or your significant other maybe. So this is our cook's knife, and this one is really beautiful. This is probably the one that we've been complimented the most on. I think just because people can see the need for it. If they're not into fishing and hunting, then they can see themselves using this in the kitchen. So this is a chef's knife. It's got a beautiful long blade on it. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. It's just a really nice knife, and super sharp. So this is great if you're cutting anything in the kitchen, whether it's something soft as tomatoes or maybe pumpkin, something that we all struggle to cut through. But this knife is super sharp. It's definitely weighted more towards the blade, so it's got a nice thick rigid blade to really make cutting really easy. It just, really all your slicing, chopping movements are going to be super easy with this one. Again, you'll see the same features with the apricot handle here, the brass bolster, and then we've got this forged steel again, and a really nice long tip. Super happy with how this one's turned out. yeah, it's definitely the go-to knife in the kitchen. It's got this friction fit timber sheath, and so that just slips in there, and again, because it's friction fit, won't wobble off, but it keeps it protected in your kitchen drawer. This is the kind of knife that is really one of your special knives that maybe you just keep to yourself, or maybe you and your partner use, but you don't let other people use it because you don't want it to get damaged. But if you want a really sharp knife on hand for cutting meat, vegetables, whatever it is, then this could be your new go-to knife. It is absolutely stunning. So that's our knife range out of the way. You obviously see that I'm wearing some Angler's Logbook clothing. This is from our apparel range, which we have named the Bedrock Collection. The reason we chose the Bedrock Collection for our initial launch apparel is because we see this as the foundation for which all other products that will come after this to be built on. So we're really stoked with the support we've had as we've launched these products. You guys have definitely been purchasing quite a few of them, and we've been sending them all out around both New Zealand and over to Australia. Unfortunately, we're not sending beyond that area quite yet, but do stay tuned, because in the coming months we intend to open up to more of a worldwide shipping. But initially we just wanted to keep it small in case we have any teething issues as we launch. We've got a few different ranges. We've got our men's, women's and kids ranges. In the men's we have 3 t-shirts. These are all slight variations but the same graphics, but different colorways. So we've got black, a white and a desert tan. We also have 2 crew necks, which we love to wear. One's a black and one is a lighter grey. They're really comfortable, really pleased with how they came out, and we wore them extensively and tested them before we launched to make sure they're up to scratch for you guys. In the women's range, we have 3 crop tees. So there's a white one, a black one and a grey one. We also have some oversized crew necks for the ladies. So my wife Hannah has been wearing these and loving them, wearing them all out and about, and again, we're really pleased with how those turned out. We do have some kids clothing as well, which we're really excited about because we know there are actually a lot of kids do watch our channel, and we do really appreciate your support. If you want to pick something up for your little one or for yourself, if you are a bit smaller stature but younger in years, then go and check out that range. We've got 2 crew necks and a couple of tees there as well for you. I just want to say thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot, and your support does enable us to make these videos. Obviously it doesn't come cheap, all this camera and editing software, editing computers, all the travel. It costs us a lot, but we really enjoy putting this out, and we want to see us grow extensively in 2022. We have so many awesome fishing adventures planned for the next few months and well into next year. We're going to be traveling all around the South Island and New Zealand, and honestly I can't wait. With this new computer coming, it's going to just make editing a whole lot easier and quicker, and so that we can do it on the road, because we have some awesome trips planned where we will be away for quite some time, and just need to be able to put these videos out for you on the road. So over the coming weeks and months you can expect to see a lot more content from us coming out on YouTube. We're going to be getting back into our weekly videos and bring you some awesome fishing, hunting and outdoors adventures over summer and well into 2022. So thank you for your support. Go check out theanglerslogbook.com if you're interested in purchasing some of these knives, apparel, or you just want to check it out. Go and have a look. But thank you so much for your support, and we will catch you next week.